Good day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 2 of this Director of Football save at Southampton. We managed to survive first season in the Premier League. Now I've gone and spent a little bit of money, to say the least, and I'm targeting a mid-table survival-ish finish for this season. So as I say, I've been spending a little bit of money. We had nearly 80 million in the transfer budget at the end of last season. But I did bring in a fair bit of money through sales again, and I did spend a bit of money. So, if I go back, and as you can see, there we go. So, sales-wise, this has all happened, as you can see, we're on the 31st of August, 2024. So, these three here, all left. Ryan Manning went for 1.8 to Crystal Palace. Charlie Taylor went for 7.5 to Norwich. And Adam Armstrong, I got him shifted out for 22.5 million. For Adam Armstrong, that's not bad. Bringing in another 33 million there. But that wasn't all. I also sold Burrows and Diaz to Forest for 13. Ross Stewart, our hero from last season, has gone to Leicester for 7.5. Joe Aribo, utterly useless. He's gone to Ipswich for 4.8. And a couple of other Bella Kopchap, 2.5 million. Ryan Fraser, 1.2. Traore to Leicester for 3.5. So in the end, I brought in about 70 million in transfer fees. And I've spent it. I think I've spent it pretty well. So the first one that got brought in on the 18th, Martin Baturina, Dinamo Zagreb, central midfielder, creator-in-chief. This is the guy I wanted in because I think he has got a really good potential on the game and he's just a really good player. I've used him before in previous saves and he's just someone that I could go. He's got great dribbling, great technique and great determination. Perfect for a central midfielder. And only 15 million quid with no add-ons. Perfect. That's exactly the sort of deal they should be doing. But then I spent another 86 million. To bring in as a free transfer, Sebastiano Esposito, Francesco's brother, as a free transfer and as a young striker. I'm very happy with this. It gives me a good amount of strength and depth. Very happy with that. Then I brought in a young German striker, Nelson Viper. I wanted another striker, seeing as goals was the main issue last season. So I brought him in as well. Everybody knows Nelson Viper by now. He's very well used on this game. And I brought him in for 5 million, so it was an absolute bargain. Another central midfielder I wanted to bring in as well was Giovanni Fabian. Is a player who I've used in the past. I've used him on my Italy save, and I know this guy is very, very good. Him and Baturina in the central midfield. Oof, this is going to be good. Anticipation, determination, and off the ball 16, heading a 16, so he's a big lad. He can dominate in the midfield, but he can also pass, shoot and score. He's a very, very good midfielder. I wanted to solidify the defence a little bit more as well because, again, the centre-backs was a bit of an issue, to say the least. So, Siku Niakate? I'm not entirely sure whether I'm pronouncing that right. But again, another very strong, tall centre-back. Yeah, occasionally got a 3-star ability, but he's very consistent, likes the big games as well. So, and there's a left footer as well. So that's a rarity. I wanted a left footed centre back. That's what I got. And for 17.5 million, I think it's a bargain. But I did take advantage of the fact that Wolves got relegated last season, and I picked up their best player as he was transfer listed for 52 million. What a signing this is! Matheus Cunha in for 52 million, now valued at 75. Unfortunately, I had to put in a minimum fee release clause of 75 because of the relegation-ish. I'm hoping signing him, and if I get him played right, then he'll be alright, or if my staff play him right. But 52 million for Matheus Cunha, I'm hoping that is the big signing that we're going to need. Staff-wise, nothing much has changed. I've added in a couple of more coaches because they allowed me to. Again, the same with the scouts, but it's getting there, especially with the coaching side of things. Get off. All this down here, absolutely perfect. It's all going in the right direction. Can't really complain about that. Squad-wise, squad is now very, very stacked and very, very competitive. I'm hoping that having this amount of players will help produce the results this season and solidify our position in the Premier League. I'm not looking at anything other than mid-table this season, but who knows? But we may do all right. I mean, Cunha's got 3 goals in 4 games, so he's hit the ground running. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Tactically wise, it's gone back to a 4-3-3. But we've gone for a DLP ball-winning midfielder and a central attacking midfielder. So I'm hoping once it's picked without restrictions, Cunha goes up front, Suleiman and Sugawara, Batarina, Shea Charles and Wally Downs. Fabian doesn't even get in. Walker Peters, Bednarek, Niakate and Wellington, and then Ramsdale. Okay, that's not a bad team at all. So, only thing left to do is roll the highlights reel and find out what happens. So come and join me in a few seconds. Let's find out what happens. This season is all about building towards a sustainable Premier League future for the club, and that's what we did. Despite some iffy form at the start of the season, it was our form around Christmas time that really helped. Huge wins against Liverpool 3-1, against Man United 3-1, a 3-0 versus Leeds and a 3-1 versus Brentford all helped out in the end. Plus a couple of wins versus Fulham and Ipswich secured our Premier League status, and it was a good job too, as in April and May our form fell off a cliff. The reason for that is our disloyal assistant manager, D'Agostino, stabbed us in the back to become Villa's new assistant manager under De Zerbi. What a traitor. Sadly, we couldn't replicate our cup form of last season either. A win versus West Ham, then Stoke in the FA Cup, led us to being knocked out by Newcastle in the 5th round. In the Carabao Cup, it was short and not so sweet after beating Gillingham 2-0, only to be beaten by Leeds in the 3rd round 2-0. Well, I'm actually really happy with that. I said I wanted a mid-table finish, and that mid-table finish is exactly what I got. In fact, even on the last day of season, we jumped up just ahead of Fulham. But it was our end-of-season form. Jesus. 3 losses and 2 draws meant, even if we just picked up a couple of points, and those, I mean, okay, we had Liverpool, Man City, and Man United, and Chelsea in our last 4 games. That's not good. And a draw against West Ham and a draw against Chelsea. Okay, so all in all, not too bad. I can't be too despondent about that. But if only we just picked up a couple more points to get us up in that top 10. I mean, Man United only finished 10th. Liverpool won the league again. Spurs dropped off, like they should do. So Liverpool back-to-back league champions by a point this time. We finished mid-table. That's not too bad at all. Cup competitions, not as good as last season. 5th round by Newcastle, 3rd round by Leeds. That's disappointing to say the least. Let's say we have a look at the schedule. And as I alluded to in the highlights reel, we did lose our assistant manager. And I don't, obviously because I simulate the seasons, I didn't realise this until it was too late. Hence the reason why our form dropped off so dramatically in the last few months. And to be fair, I'm glad we pulled in the results like sort of January, December time, because if we didn't, we could have been in real trouble. Because this run of form here is, ugh, it's disgusting. But that is because I have no assistant manager. D'Agostino got poached and went to Villa, annoyingly. So now I've got to find a new assistant manager, which, looking at my shortlist, I've only got 1 contender. I'm more than likely, spit my words out, going to bring in Pep Linders, because he is phenomenal as an assistant manager on here, and he still hasn't been picked up. So I'm quite happy with that. I'll bring him in more than likely. Let's have a quick look at the squad. So, goals-wise, Cunha, fantastic season. 25 goals, 11 assists in 41 games. What a player he is. Sulemana, 12 and 10. That's a breakout season for him. He's actually a really, really good winger. Really good winger. I'm surprised at that. I must actually no, not because he's got the agility and the pace. It just breaks the game engine. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. 12 and 10. Then 8 goals in 8 games for Cameron Archer. Obviously didn't start because Cunha was starting. But then again, it just drops off again. 7 from Batarina, 7 from Sugawara, 4 from Smallbow, and then 2. Again, not enough goals. So tactically wise, is this the right way to go? It solidified our season a little bit. But I think we need to be a little bit more expansive, a little bit more aggressive coming into Season 3. So what do you guys think? Well, what I think is that you guys should leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to help me get up to 500 subs, because that'll be absolutely fantastic. Come on, it's free at the end of the day. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Join me for episode number 3, where hopefully we can take Southampton up to the next level and actually get up into the top half of the table, maybe the Conference League spot. Come and join me to find out. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ta-ra.